going to be teaching you guys how to represent situations with inequality. You guys enjoy. Okay, so I want to kind of see if you guys know what these symbols mean, because they're like a big part in the lesson we're doing today. So is anyone able to tell me what these two symbols mean?
Greater than or less than.
Yeah, can you tell me which one's which?
I think the first one is greater than? No?
This one's less than, this one's greater than.
Okay, I think this is not on it.
Can anyone tell me what these two symbols mean?
Greater than or equal to, and then less than or equal to.
Correct. And which one's which?
That one's greater than or equal to, that one's less than.
Right. Alright, so we're gonna start with a warm-up. I'm gonna pass them out. Just get like a pen and a pencil, so you write your initial thoughts in pencil, and then if you have to correct anything, just correct it in pencil. I can kind of see what you guys know and don't know. Everyone make sure you have a pen and a pencil, so I know what you guys are going to, I know what you guys know and don't know already. Cool? And then if you have to make corrections when we go over it together, do it. So we're gonna go over section number 1 to see you guys know what you're doing. So obviously one of these has to match to one of these. So H is something to 50. Can anyone tell me which one A would match to?
I think it would match to greater than.
Correct. H is greater than 50. Letter B. Can anyone tell me what that would be?
Less than or equal to?
Correct. B is, H is less than or equal to 20. C is obviously the last one left. 30 is greater than or equal to H. So I would like you guys to, you don't have to use your color pencils anymore. Just use your regular pencils and do 2, 3, and 4. And then I'll give you guys maybe 3 minutes to do it. It shouldn't take that long. Well, it looks like everyone's done, so we'll go over 2, 3, and 4. You guys got them right. So, question 2 says, is 25 a solution to any of the inequalities? If so, which ones? So, did anyone get anything for that?
25 is the solution to C.
Correct. 25 is a solution to 30 is greater than or equal to H, because while 30 isn't equal to 25, it's still greater than 25, so it would be a solution to that one. Did anyone get an answer for 3? Is 40 a solution to any of the inequalities?
I got, for some reason I got B for that one.
40
No,
is,
what I did was I reduced it.
right,
Yeah.
well, 40 is actually not a solution to any of the inequalities, because
That was my mistake.
it's okay. If you plug 40 in for each of these, it just doesn't make sense for any of them, so that's how you would figure that out. And then for the last one, did anyone get, is 30 a solution to any of the inequalities? Which one? Yeah, it's C. Yeah. So you can just put your papers to the side of your desk. I'll collect them later. So,
I'm gonna pile on in the middle of your desk.
go into your book, page 299. In your book, workbook. So the instructions say, seniors in a student council of a high school are trying to come up with a budget for the senior information they have gathered. Last year, 120 people attended. it was a success and is expected to be even bigger this year. Anywhere up to 200 people might attend. There needs to be at least one chaperone per every 20 students. The ticket price cannot go over $20 per person, and the revenue from ticket sales needs to cover the cost of the meals and entertainment, and also make a profit of at least $200 to be contributed to the school. Here are some of the inequalities. They're down here, and they're also on your paper that the seniors wrote about the situation. Each letter stands for one quantity in the situation. Determine what is meant by each letter. So, one of these bullet points matches to one of these inequalities, and we basically have to figure out which one it is first, and then figure out what these letters mean. So, for this first bullet point, it says, last year 120 people attended. It was a success and is expected to be even bigger this year. Anywhere up to 200 people might attend. So what I would do first is I would look for if any of these inequalities has 120 and 200 in them. And obviously, one of them obviously has both of them. So you know that this is your inequality that matches with that. Now we have to figure out what P means. So if you look at this again, it says P is greater than or equal to 120, but less than or equal to 200. So last year 120 people attended, and anywhere there's going to be up to 200 people attending. Can anyone tell me what they think P is going to be?
People?
Yes, people attending. So in your paper, just write kind of to the side of that, P equals people attending. So the next bullet point says there needs to be at least one chaperone for every 20 students. So we've already knocked this one out, so we know it can't be that inequality. And if we're gonna look for one of the inequalities that has 20 in them, because it says one per every 20 students, we're left with this inequality and this inequality. Now it says for every 20 students, which means per every 20 students, and per means division. So only one of them has a divide symbol in it, and it's this one. So we know that this is the inequality that matches with this bullet point. So now we have to figure out what C means, because we already know that P is people attending. So this says there needs to be at least one chaperone for every 20 students. So something has to be per every 20 students. Can someone tell me what they think C is?
Chaperone.
Yeah, so write that C equals chaperone somewhere on your paper.
Right.
Next bullet point says the ticket price cannot exceed or go over $20 per person. So can anyone tell me which inequality they think it is and why?
The first one, because it has a T and that can stand for tickets.
Yes, correct. So on your paper, just write T equals ticket price. And then the last one's quite obvious. We already know because we X'd out all the other ones. We know that the last one would match with this one. So the last one says the revenue from ticket sales needs to cover the cost of the meals and entertainment, and also make a profit of at least $200 to be contributed to the school. So PT, we already figured out that P is the people attending and T is the ticket price. So that together is your revenue from the ticket sales, because based on the amount of people attending, that's how many tickets you're gonna sell, and that's how much money you're gonna get. So, so we know that that's what PT stands for. So we gotta figure out what M stands for. And we know that the greater than or equal to 200 is this last part, because it says make a profit of at least $200. So your M has to be somewhere in between, like somewhere in the middle. And what do we? And then we've got your revenue, so that, and then you have to subtract. It's being subtracted. So if you're like spending money, you're obviously gonna lose money. So then if you're gonna pay for the cost of something, but then you're gonna obviously lose money. So can someone tell me what they think M is?
Meals.
Correct. So write M equals meals on paper. Any questions?